Okay, this is going to be the AP Calculus lesson on derivatives. Then this is going to be a two-part video. First part is your derivatives. One of them is finding the derivative of ln times the radical 4 plus x squared over x. Then we're going to find the second derivative of 2x squared minus 3y squared equals 7. Okay, starting with the ln derivative. Okay, so for the ln derivative, here is your original equation. This is where we start. We're going to change this into this function right here, showing ln times everything. We just broke this equation up. But we broke it up into a multiplication equation, or an addition equation, because this is ln times all this in the parentheses. And also, instead of the radical, you would change this to 1/2, and that just simply gets moved right here, and that's where it's going to stay. So the function that we're going to use for ln is 1 over x times the derivative of the equation. So let's remember that a function of ln equals 1 over x du dx. Important side note. So you change your ln equation up here from ln of 4 plus x squared into 1 over 4 plus x squared times your derivative of the equation, which is 2x. Same with this one over here, minus ln of x. So remembering that ln equals 1 over x du dx, 1 over x, so x just simply stays there, and the derivative of this constant is, or of the variable, is 1. So now all you have to do is simplify both sides of your equation. So up here, your 2's cancel out. You're left with 1 x over 4 plus x squared minus 1 times anything we all know is just the other number. So we're left with 1 over x. So you're left with 1x over 4 plus x squared minus 1 over x. And that is how you find the derivative of an ln function. Now we're going to find the second derivative of 2x squared minus 3y squared equals 7. Let's jump right into it. Starting off with your original equation, here we find the derivative of this one. You bring it going straight down. So 2x squared, the derivative is 4x. Negative 3y squared, the derivative 6y dy over dx. And the derivative of this numerator, this number right here, is 0. So we move down, subtract 4x, and it cancels through the equation. You're left with what you subtract 4x to both sides, leaving 4x here. And now you're left with your equation, negative 6y dy over dx equals negative 4x. So we bring it down here, we divide by negative 6x to get the dy over dx by itself. Divide both sides of the equation, and now you're left with this, dy over dx, or y prime, equals 4x over 6y. And you have your first derivative. Now to find the second derivative, we are taking your first derivative here, 4x over 6y, and using low d high over high d low over low low, which is your low derivative, or your bottom function right here, which would also be your g of x and f of x up here. You take your g of x times your f prime of x minus your g prime of x times f of x over g of x squared. Now when you take the as you go to simplify this equation, we come down here and 24y minus 6 times your original derivative, because we know what that dy over dx equals 4x over 6y. This is your, because this is equivalent to y prime. So we plug in your original derivative here and you start to simplify. Okay, when you have finished simplifying, by taking these cross out, and you're left with excuse me, y squared minus 16x squared over y cubed. Do not forget to multiply by this y over at the side of this equation, or else your answer will be wrong.